Never buy a Google Pixel, period, ended. You heard me. Never buy a Google Pixel because there is always a reason to hold off for something. I don't know how many comments I get every time I do a Pixel video of people saying, well, don't buy this one when it goes on sale again, or just wait for the next one, or just blah, 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 blah. And I get that more than any other phone manufacturer out there. And it's pretty interesting because the retorts are all different. It's either a price thing or it's, I hear TSMC, and we've been hearing this for a while with TSMC, by the way. They're making the Tensor 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, so I'm waiting for the Pixel 13. Well, why not the Pixel 80? And I guarantee you when the Pixel 16a rolls around, there's going to be the same comment in the section saying, well, don't buy a Pixel 16a. Just wait until the Pixel 16 goes on sale. And I can't blame the consumer. I don't blame the viewer. I don't blame you if you're the one typing that comment out in the section below. I get it. You know whose fault that is? Google's fault. I said that they were the Brett Favre of smartphone makers in a video the other day, and I absolutely meant that. There is no plan here ever. There's no marketing strategy, and there never seems to be a coherent product line that they say, here's the reason why you buy this phone, here's the reason why you buy this phone, here's the reason why you buy this phone, and by the way, here are the reasons why these all coexist at the prices they do. You never get that. It's like the engineers don't talk to manufacturing, who doesn't talk to management, who doesn't talk to fabrication. None of that. It's just like they just sit there, and the calendar comes around. It's like, hey, guys, fellas, it's April. We got to come up with an 8A. Oh, it's at that time of year again. We got to put out an 8A. All right, well, here it is. Just release it, and then you have an 8A that gets announced a week before Google I/O. And instead of having a fancy new toy on stage that they could sit there and play with and highlight how it should be the mid-range phone of choice for you, they just do AI for 6 days. It makes no sense whatsoever. So let's break it down this way, because the Pixel 8A is the one that annoyed me the most, because this just resulted in nobody buying Pixel phones, period, ended. Because if you were looking at an 8A, you're either waiting for the price to drop or you're waiting for the price to drop of the Pixel 8. But either way, you're not buying either one. So if you wanted a Pixel 8, you're not going to pay $700. You'd be an idiot. You're going to wait for it to go on sale for $550. If you wanted to buy a Pixel 8A, you'd be an idiot to pay the. It's just over and over and over again. I would understand it if it were a one-off or something like that, but they literally did the same thing last year. You literally had the same scenario last year with the Pixel 7a. You think you'd learn, hey, don't have a sale on the Pixel 7 for months preceding the launch of the 7a. So people are looking like, wait a minute now, why am I paying? And then change the price back. It's like, I got you. Oh, bait and switch. It's not that price anymore. Buy this one. It doesn't work that way. People aren't stupid. We don't sit there and just we're like dogs. We forget something that happened 3 minutes ago. And it makes it there's always that scenario. I don't know how many comments I've gotten from people saying I'm not buying a Pixel 8 Pro because I'm going to buy a Pixel 10 or something like that when they go to this, or I'm going to buy a Pixel 8, a 10a, or I'm going to buy this, or the next generation is this, or I'm going to buy a Pixel Fold. It's nonstop. And I can't help but think that the problem is Google. That they don't have, like I said, that coherent product line, where they don't have marketing that makes sense. They get that 3%. I don't know how many times I had to hear about that 3% market share. They're like that meme of the guy that's like at the bottom of the podium, spraying champagne on themselves with the girls and the medals, and he's like in 10th place. That's Google when they get like 3%. Oh, 3%. 3% of the market share. Look at us. We're fans. They get a little uppity with the Pixel 8 Pro. I don't understand it. I really don't. And it's a shame because instead, the whole thing with the Pixel 8a, this is a really great device, okay? I love it. I think it's absolutely worth the $500. There was a case to be made here that this phone was worth it. But instead of, Samsung vacated the mid-range field by not bringing the A55 to America. The OnePlus 12R, yes, is fantastic. It's got a great engine in it. That's great. But there are people who just don't want Oxygen OS. There are reasons why, whether it's the camera on a OnePlus, all the rest of it, there are reasons why you'd want to pick up 7 years of support. There are reasons why you'd want to pick up a Pixel 8a over a OnePlus 12R. But instead of making that case, arguing it against its contemporaries, Instead, we're cannibalizing itself by saying, well, you should buy a Pixel 8 instead. That was the conversation. So instead of talking about the merits of the Pixel 8a at $500, we sat there for however long and talked about how you should just be buying another phone instead. They were own goals, and they were easily avoided. And don't get me started on the Pixel Fold. We're still waiting for app pairs. You had a phone that was coming out that was 2 months before a Tensor 3 was going to be announced that would have given this more powerful Gemini Nano, that would have given it support into the future and all the rest of it. But instead, after being behind for however long anyway, they decided to push it out with a Tensor 2. Just handicapping this device from the start. And, there's a lot to like here. I like my Pixel Fold, but there were too many flaws, too many setbacks, too many errors that nobody forced Google to do. Pixel 8 Pro, great device. Love it a lot. But there were plenty of people who sat there, I'm going to wait for the Pixel 9. I'm going to wait for the Pixel 9. Oh, I hear they're going to whatever. We heard that TSMC stuff last year. That was supposed to be the Tensor G4. It's supposed to be TSMC. Now it's Tensor 5. Oh, okay, well, all right. Well, I'll just buy the Pixel 11 then. And like I said, if you're somebody who comments that stuff, and you're excited about the tech, and you're excited about the fact that, these phones might be getting better and all the rest of it, that's fine. What I'm saying is the people that I'm frustrated at are the people in Mountain View who seem to have no clue what they're doing at any given time. It's just like I said, the calendar comes up, and they know what other devices do, so like, well, here you go. I don't know how it fits in with the other devices we have. I don't know how it's going to fit in with future devices. I don't know how well it pairs with older devices price-wise, but here it is. Take it or leave it. You literally have to put blinders on if you want to buy a Pixel. You got to just worry about the feature set that you need. Not worry about price, not worry about... See, I'm so worked up, I'm smacking the camera. Not worry about price, not worry about other devices, not worry about anything. Is this the Pixel that I can afford? Does it do what I want to do? Buy it. Don't worry. Don't look left or right because you'll be discouraged. And it just results in nobody buying Pixels, period, ended. It's why they're kept at that 3%. They had so many things going for them after the Pixel 1 and 2, especially the 2XL. The 2XL changed the way that we think about camera phones. And yet we couldn't build on that. The 3 was a weirdo device. Then you had the 4 that had its issues. And then the 5 where they backtracked on being a flagship device altogether. Then you had the 6 that had its malfunctions at the beginning. Then you had the 7, which was pretty good. Now the 8 Pro that's pretty good, I think is really good. Too late. Nobody knows what the heck you're doing. I don't even think people in the building know what they're doing. There's never any coherent marketing. There's never any... nothing. Just nothing. So if you have some sort of plan there that you understand what Google's doing, let me know. Because the tech changes every 5 minutes. They backtrack on things every 5 minutes. I'm just thankful they haven't canceled the phones altogether. Because that's the other thing they like to do. Oh, this project is not quite working out. A little bit, people are confused about it. Should we improve it? Do we, give it some definition, some structure? No, we just cancel it. That's what they do. They cancel things. So I guess that kind of fits in with the brand here. No idea what they're doing. And the scary part is it's not like they're not communicating it well. I literally don't think they have a plan. These devices come up and it's like, well, here's this one, here's this one. I was shocked that they were able to release the Pixel 6a, which I still think is one of the best budget devices of all time. I thought they had a coherent direction when they released that device with the Pixel 6. I was like, here's the premium one, here's the budget one, the mid-range one that you could take and just murder everything that it's at $500, $400 and under. Did they stick with that? Coherent strategy? Absolutely not. Let's muddy the waters because we're Google. I don't know. If we've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.